Hey, what's up guys, this is Tech Reviews 85 and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make your computer run faster. Now if your computer is running quite slow, then these tips might help your computer run a lot faster than it currently is. So the first thing you want to do is empty your recycling bin. Simply click you can right click on it and click empty the recycling bin, or you could just get into the recycling bin and click on empty the recycle bin. I've useful stuff in there, so I'm not actually going to delete it. The next thing you want to do is uninstall used programs. So these are your programs. You might have more in here, but if you have quite a few unused programs on your computer, it's best to uninstall them. To do this, you gotta click Control Panel. Under Programs, click Uninstall a Program, and there is your list of programs. So it's pretty simple. Let me just enlarge it. It's really simple. All you gotta do is find a program that you're not using or you don't need, double click on it like so, and just follow the uninstallation progress. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is do a disk cleanup. So there's actually already a program built into Windows for this, and I'm just going to show you guys. So it's called Disk Cleanup. You should be able to find it. Alright, I have no idea where it is, but it's probably better just to type in Disk Cleanup in the Windows search bar. Click on it and it will load. So Disk Cleanup is calculating how much space you'll be able to free on your disk. This may take a few minutes to complete. So it's scanning system error memory dump file. So it's just basically going to scan for a load of crap on your computer, and it will give you the option what to clean up and what to keep. And yeah, so let's just wait for that. While we're waiting for that, another thing you could do is disk defrag. So just simply type in disk defrag like I did, and you should find it. There it is, so click on it. So that is my disk C, and it looks like it's already finished. So alright, so when it's done, this is what it's gonna look like. So you can see I can save loads of space, you know, 4.18 megabyte, 249 megabytes, 1.50 gigs. Yeah, I can basically save all that, but I have useful stuff in this recycling bin. I only purposely put those files in there just to show you guys, but I have useful stuff in there. So you know, you're gonna check all the boxes. The only reason I'm not checking recycling bin is just because I have useful stuff in there. But yeah, you're gonna check all the boxes, and here it will say how much space you're gonna gain. So in my case, I'm gonna gain 3.58 gigabytes, and that is a lot of space, really. So yeah, all you're gonna do is click OK, and it's gonna clean up it's gonna delete the files. So we'll just wait for that to finish. Here all you gotta do is analyze disk and then defragment disk. It's really simple. It takes quite a while, so you're gonna have to leave it alone for a bit, but yeah. disk C. You can see there. Click analyze disk and defragment disk. So that's that. It looks like disk cleanup is already completed. And another thing you can do is download a program called CCleaner, which is a really good program. Whoops. Alright, so CCleaner, download. So click the one where the website is piriform.com. You're gonna click on download, save file. Let's just wait for it to download there. Awesome, it's finished. So you're just gonna quickly run through the installation. So next, we're not going to install that yet, probably will in the future though. And finish. So 30-second install. That was really good. Alright, so this is what the program looks like when you've opened it. You'll get a icon on the desktop. Yeah, you'll get an icon on the desktop, and yeah, so it'll display your specs here. I've got pretty average specs. Windows 7 Home Premium, 32-bit, Service Pack 1, Intel Core 2 Duo, 2 GHz with 3 gigs of RAM. So that's pretty average for your daily computer use. That's quite good specs if you just do basic stuff and not hardcore gaming or anything like that. What you're gonna do is run cleaner. First you're gonna click analyze. So it's just gonna scan for a lot of crap in the computer. So you've got about 2 gigs, 3 gigs to be removed. So it says here 2,817 megabytes. It's basically 3 gigs. So okay, I'm gonna click on run cleaner, click on OK, and it's gonna delete all that junk off your computer. And it really should help your computer get a nice boost from that. Alright, so it's just finished. The next thing you want to do is click on registry. You're going to be on cleaner. Underneath, click on registry, scan for issues. It's just going to scan for a load of errors on your registry and fix selected issues. No. Fix all selected issues. Done. And here you can just uninstall programs from here as well. And yeah, so that's really cool program. I really like that program. If your computer's still running slow, then it's obviously not a very good computer. If you've done everything I've done so far, like uninstalling programs, cleaning up your hard drive, and it's still running slow, you may want to consider this. If you're running Windows Vista or Windows 7, this should definitely help. If you're running Windows XP and your computer's slow, then it's probably time to upgrade. I don't think many people are using XP now, but some people still are. And if your computer's running slow with Windows XP and you've done everything I've done so far in this video, then it's definitely time for an upgrade, as that's just a bit too slow. But you might want to try what I'm going to do right now. Basically all you gotta do is click the start button, computer, system properties, and advanced system settings. So you're gonna be on the advanced tab as default. Under performance, you're gonna click on settings. So this is default. This is for, I think, Windows Vista, and this is also for Windows 7. You can adjust for best performance. So, I'm not really a fan of this, mainly because it just doesn't look nice at all. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. It reverts it to the Windows Classic, so you can see here. It's really horrible, but it really does suck. It's the same as running Windows 20 years ago. It's really horrible, but it does make your computer a lot faster. And yeah, it boosts the performance a lot. This is like the biggest key if you have a really slow computer. And so let's just go back into that. You can also like check certain boxes. So let's say I check use drop shadows, use Windows styles. If let's say I tick those two boxes, you'll get a Windows 7 style, but like a basic style. So let's put it back to what it was. If another tip you could use is change the wallpaper. If you got a wallpaper with lots of colors and it's just like a really detailed wallpaper, and your computer's running slow, simply left click on your desktop. Right click on your desktop, personalize, and you can just move it to a Windows Classic theme, or you could just change the background to a solid color. And if you change it to a solid color, that saves up your RAM. If your computer's still running slow and you've got pretty decent specs, what I mean by decent specs is that you're running like the lowest processor I would run would be a Pentium D. I think that a Pentium D would probably be the lowest I'd run. Pentium dual core processor, that would be definitely the lowest, and followed by a Core to Duo. I think that would definitely be my two processors at a low base. I would not be running a Celeron. That would just be very horrible. Unless it's a dual core processor, then it's not really a big deal. It should run pretty fast. So you can see Windows has detected your performance is slow. Alright, so I'm always ignoring that. It only does that just because of the recording software I'm using. Takes up a lot of space. But that's all I can recommend to you guys. That would be about it. I would do a disk cleanup and a disk defrag regularly. I would also definitely use CCleaner regularly. I can't say that word. Regularly. I'll definitely do those frequently. You want to maintain the performance of your computer. You can't just buy like the top range computer and never maintain it and then expect it to be a really good computer for 3 years. You really gotta clean up your hard drive and stuff. But if your computer's still running slow after all this, you can upgrade your RAM. You can do the two upgrades I would do is a hard drive upgrade and a RAM upgrade. So I'll just show you guys. Alright, so this computer has 3 gigabytes of RAM. You know, that's a pretty good amount of RAM. I wouldn't have lower than 1 gig. But you know, the amount of RAM you have depends on your use. If you're the type of person that just like goes on the computer, does Google search, watches YouTube videos, Facebook, etc. Far out. Yeah, if you're the type of person that just does all that, then I mean, 1 to 3 gigs would be good enough. I'd probably recommend 3 gigs, but yeah. Also, the processor is definitely comes in as a important subject in this matter. You gotta have a pretty good processor to actually run YouTube videos. If you don't want the videos to lag or anything, I'd recommend a Pentium D. I think otherwise, like Core Duo is pretty good. You know, it's an old processor, but this computer runs it, and it actually runs YouTube videos very well. But yeah, if your internet's slow, it's nothing got to do with your computer. Say you type in a basic program called Google, and it takes a while to load. That's nothing got to do with your computer. It's entirely based on your internet. So yeah, I think that's all I can recommend to you guys. I can't recommend any more. The last thing I would do if my computer's slow, if my computer's slow and you don't want to like upgrade to a new computer and you just do basic stuff, like I say, YouTube, Google, Facebook, any social networking, or just any really basic internet stuff, or like even Word documents, or you know, if you're just one of those people, then I would recommend downgrading Windows. Actually, far out. I'd actually recommend downgrading if you're on a Celeron computer or a Pentium 4 computer with Windows 7 or Windows Vista, and it's running really slow, then the best option is to downgrade to Windows XP. Windows XP, I think they've already stopped supporting it, or they will stop supporting it soon, and yeah, I mean, who cares really? I personally don't like Microsoft's latest version of Windows 8. I think it looks ridiculous. I just don't like the look of it, so I'm going to be stuck in Windows 7 for a while, unless I actually, you know, end up liking Mac OS X or a newer version of Windows. But yeah, anyway, those are my tips. Yeah, so if your computer's still running slow and you've upgraded the RAM, you've upgraded everything, it actually shouldn't run slow, but if it does, probably time to upgrade, because if you look on Google, so like Windows XP system requirements, and you compare it with Windows 7, let's just quickly the Windows XP system requirements are pretty low, but if you want to run Windows 7, if you're planning to upgrade your computer, always check the system requirements first. Don't just run a 900 megahertz PC and expect Windows 7 to run on it, because that's just idiotic and really stupid. Definitely check out the system requirements first before you install an operating system. It's But here's the Windows XP system requirements. So if your computer's running slow on Windows 7, all you need is a 233 megahertz with 64 megabytes of RAM, an 800 by 600 resolution. It will need 1.5 gigs or higher, and a CD-ROM optical drive. And yeah, I mean that is really low. I mean all computers today should actually run this. But never follow the minimum, always go for the recommended or higher, so at least 300 megahertz and at least 128 megabytes of RAM. Always go for recommended. So it says 1 gigahertz or faster, I'll go for 2 gigahertz or higher. It says 1 gigabyte of RAM. For a 32-bit, I'll go for 2 gigs or higher, you know, etc. You want to go higher than the actual requirements, because otherwise the computer will run slow. Because those requirements are assuming you don't have any programs installed. Like if you install like Photoshop, for example, that's just gonna really drag your computer to a halt. But yeah, those are my recommendations. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.